They were my business on the front page. Headlines. I threw prescription in Dior frames. Sunshine. I had the vision back in 12th grade. Lunchtime. That I'd be killing with Dr. Dre. I never wanted to ever be over. I'm out of Philly.
And the Dallas Cowboys. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Come on now, let's go.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Wentz to throw on second down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On first, they go right back to Howard. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. He's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Jamarcus Lawrence able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Shotgun now for Wentz. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On now is the kicker, Jason Myers, for the field goal try. And Myers able to knock it through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So a nice opening drive on the road. You get the 3 points. Part of you wonders if that might hurt them later not getting into the end zone.
Well, the good thing is, still first quarter, and they didn't come out of it with points. In a sense, they can look at it positively and say, hey, we set the pace in this one. I think that's how they'll go about it. We spent so much time talking about the physical side of the game. How about the mental side? They just gave up a field goal, but they didn't get down at all. Big-time return. They're set up to try and at least tie the game up.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 42. Prescott from the gun. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete here. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott. That'll bring up second down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
41's the will. Here we go, 46. Switch. 26.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
47. 46. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right, because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And the Jets set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Anunua's got it, complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Aguilar has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
Come on now, come on now. Let's go.
Wentz now on 1st down. Letting one go deep for a Anunoa. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Here we go. 26.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free. but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Under.
A second down throw for Prescott. Completes it right side to Cooper. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long?
Get out.
They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series you have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. And credit the tackle to Taco Charlton with a stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Go. Straight 15.
On second down, here's Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Sean Lee, the linebacker, able to get a hand in coverage.
As a general rule, receivers love the comeback route because it puts them right in the sight lines of the guy throwing the ball. But in this case, the defender saw it and were able to knock it away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Working from the gun, Wentz. And Robinson with a big catch. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it.
Now Howard stripped. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. It's complete left side to Aguilar. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Lion.
On first down, Wentz. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. What a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
46.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And Dez has got it. Dez Bryant for the Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. From the gun, it's Wentz. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. To throw, it's Wentz. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Gun.
2nd down, Prescott. Buying time to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back. This is taken in. It's complete. And that one results in 35 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. A 1st down throw for Prescott. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't.
Touchdown, Cowboys! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need to rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Lion. Waiting.
Wentz now to throw. He's going to walk one deep left side here. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Trenton Cannon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Cowboys. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Hey, 47. Here we go, 46, 46. 46.
Prescott now on 2nd down. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Avery Williamson coming with pressure. He drops him on the blitz for a loss of 12. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
47. 26.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. Wentz going to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run forward with Howard. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Now Wentz signaling frantically, let's get to the line. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Go, go. Hey! Where's 5-2? Where's 5-7?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. It's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Jordan Howard in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets have made this a one-score game. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. Here's Myers now to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
The Cowboys on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
46.
Looking to throw. Prescott going for the deep ball. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll run. This is Cannon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here's Cannon. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They go again with Cannon. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The Jets on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Throwing is Wentz. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do?
He's got him in, complete. It's a big play for the Cowboys on third. 47 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here go 46.
To throw is Prescott. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. The give is to Elliott. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
He'll get it up the middle. A good run of 6 yards there, gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. They'll give it to him up the middle. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? There's a keeper with Prescott. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
Now, this feels like old school football, because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
And this one is right through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you get all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Back now in Arlington. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the fourth quarter. Wentz to throw on second down. Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Wentz now on 1st down. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off Byron Jones. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Again, it's Elliott. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
You go 46.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And now out come the Jets. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On the carry, it's Cannon. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll run with Cannon. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Throwing now is Wentz. Caught out left side by Robinson. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Letting one go deep for a noon one. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Here we go. 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Now Wentz again. And it's caught by Herndon. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. Wentz now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Flushed out right. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 6 there on first. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He'll look to throw. And he's got a noon one. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Herndon's got it complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down. They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. Back to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Tyrone Crawford. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. He'll get it up the middle. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
81.
Back to throw. Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that might be enough to win them the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds. Here's Myers now to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs needing to win that turnover battle. And this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far. Big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty in this game. Exactly the formula they need. And I got to tell you, partner, I like it when you think back to something I said that actually comes true. It's actually right.
It happens more often than you might think. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Jets, they're into the win column for the 3rd time this year as they get the victory here. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Dallas, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
I sound